Hi, it's Mrs. Williams here to talk about A Time of Exploration, Chapter 3 of our Social Studies. Why do we need to study the explorers from the 1400s to the 1500s? Well, it's quite simple. We need to find out what it takes to be a leader, as well as search and discover the unknown, see the great importance of team building, planning, execution, and courage, understand how people began to trade with faraway places. Nations sent out explorers. Many European countries like Spain, Portugal, Holland, and France supported explorers seeking new trade routes to Asia and new trading markets. Spain also wanted to convert people to be Christians and find cities of gold. China sent Admiral Zheng He to Southeast Asia, India, and Eastern Africa in search of knowledge and places to trade. The Incas ruled an empire of over 12 million people in South America, one of the largest and richest empires. They used force to take over people and land. Renaissance is a French word meaning rebirth. Europeans were making big improvements in science and technology. Johannes Gutenberg. Knowledge was spread with the help of Gutenberg. Around 1450, he invented a new way to print books. The Bible and the Travels of Marco Polo were the most popular printed items. Turks, people from Ottoman Empire in the Middle East, captured trading cities from Constantinople. Constantinople used to be the crossroad that connected the east to the west, and the Turks closed trade routes to Asia. So a long time ago, this part on our map here would be Constantinople, but today it's in Istanbul, Turkey. Prince Henry of Portugal. Prince Henry is important because his dad was King John I, and King John I wanted to spend as much money as needed to find a new route to Asia. So the king put Henry in charge of finding this water route to Asia. Prince Henry set up a school to train sailors in the ways of navigation and the skills needed to control a ship. Christopher Columbus. In 1482, he approached the King of Portugal and he was turned down about his plan of sailing. So in 1492, he asked the King and Queen of Spain, Ferdinand and Isabella, and they said yes. So Columbus sailed west from Spain to find a new route to Asia. He promised the King and Queen he would find great wealth and land and that he would take the Catholic religion to the people of Asia. So as you can see, he left and ended up over in Hispaniola. Ferdinand Magellan. Very famous name because he was the first to circumnavigate or sail around the world. Treaty, an agreement between nations about peace, trade, or other matters. In 1494, Portugal and Spain signed the Treaty of Tordesillas. Hernando Cortes. In 1519, Cortes landed on the east coast of Mexico with more than 650 soldiers and 16 horses. Cortes destroyed all but one ship that he sent back to Cuba. He led a march from the coast over the mountains and into the Valley of Mexico. Several months later, his expedition reached the Aztec capital of Tenochtitlan. They saw the treasures they were seeking there. Along their journey, Cortes ran into some Native American Indians that were unhappy with the Aztec ruler, so the Indians joined Cortes' forces. Hernando de Soto. About the same time Hernando Cortes was exploring Mexico, Hernando de Soto was exploring the southeastern part of the United States. De Soto led the first European expedition to the Mississippi River. Northwest Passage. Northern European explorers were in search for a route to Asia. The search for a northern route to Asia led to the exploration of much of what is present-day Canada. These are the important people that you need to know. You need to know who claimed the Hudson River for the Dutch, who claimed Florida for Spain while they were in search for the Fountain of Youth, who helped Vasco da Gama sail around the Cape of Good Hope in India, who asked his people to stop fighting Cortez's army, and who traveled with his father and uncle into China and the Indies. You need to understand the cause and effects. The cause of Columbus returns to Spain from his voyage west, claiming to have found a new route to Asia. The effect, Spain sends conquistadors to the Americas to convert the Native Americans and bring back gold. Seeing the great wealth gained by Spain, other European countries sent explorers to find new trade routes and passages to Asia. And in search for a northwest passage between the Atlantic and the Pacific Ocean, Jacques Cartier claimed land along the south along the St. Lawrence River for France. And the African empires that we have in this chapter are Ghana, Mali, and Songhai. Thanks for being with me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.